What's up, everyone? Draft-a-Palooza back Friday, June 13th. Father's Day weekend coming up. Congrats to all the dads out there if you have big Father's Day plans. But of course, it is Friday. It's Draft-a-Palooza. We're going to be doing some live best ball drafting with you guys. We're going to draft together like we always do. Hangry Dana. Man. Yeah, I'm going to work on that. Bonnie Blue, I'm not sure. Gotta wear protection if I get Bonnie Blue on the show. I wouldn't want any of that getting anywhere near me. But yeah, Bonnie Blue. No, we're gonna do some drafting today. And I decided, we did Wednesday. We did DraftKings, so we're gonna move back to Underdog today. Where's Ray Zanny? Ray, if you're out there, man, jump in the stream with me. I'll send you an invite, get you in here. But in general, going back to Underdog today. And so let's take a look at the contest that Underdog has going on right now. And there's only a couple of little fantasy football news nuggets floating around. The main one I saw was an update on the Raiders wide receiver situation with the rookie Beck, the second-round rookie, apparently not running with the first in OTAs. So there's Eric Forsland. What's up, my brother? Not running with the first in OTA. So, not promising. Well, right now is about that time. And of course, when we get to training camp, that's one of the challenges of doing these drafts early. And probably one of the reasons why I think maybe Underdog is a slightly maybe better format in the sense that the contests on DraftKings right now, they're going to keep running up until the season starts. Those will not fill. They keep them going. So you're drafting now. Yeah, that's right. Trey Tucker, bags look good, Soups. But you're drafting now on DraftKings against people that will be drafting in September with the benefit of knowledge. So what are the pros and cons of that? Let's just talk about that for a second before we get into Underdog, because Underdog is different. The pros and cons are, on the positive side, if on DraftKings, for example, ADPs change between now and the start of the season, which they will, right? Certain players that we like, they're going to move up. They're going to move. Ricky Pearsall is going to get good training camp news. All of a sudden, he's going to move up to round 3. All these guys that maybe we've been talking about as some sleepers, we'll hear that, Pacheco back to full form. He's kicking ass. He's going to move up 2-3 rounds. Javonte, whoever it is that might be, or Bajal Tootin, you hear out of camp, out of Jaguars camp, Bajal Tootin, taking the job, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, some guy who was an afterthought becomes a serious thing, right? So guys that we're getting late on DraftKings right now in the draft, by September, those guys might be going around 3 or 4. And if you had to take them around 3 or 4 and I got them around 8 or 9, I have a material edge on you. That being said, you will have, or drafters later will have a material edge in terms of information. They'll know more. They'll know which rookie wide receiver is looking promising, or which running back that we weren't sure about is emerging, or what's going on with, the Dallas running back situation. Is Javonte really going to be the guy there? So they'll know those things. We don't. So we're taking a little bit of chances. Now, the difference here on Underdog is Underdog, these contests will fill. They just keep putting out new ones on Underdog. So, you're really going up against people on Underdog right now that are in the same boat. Everybody's going to draft now, and then this contest will fill and another one will open up. And so everybody in the Eliminator or whatever these contests are, especially the bigger ones, they'll just be filled. They'll just be filled. Just lost my train of thought. I'm seeing some new contests here. But they'll just be filled, and so you'll be drafting against people who are all drafting around the same time. Oh, okay, so yeah, so some of them will, some of them will. I know that it's the Puppy 2, the Puppy 3, the Puppy 4. A lot of them do fill. So I guess we'll see which ones. I don't think the big one will fill. So maybe the Best Ball Mania. What's the biggest one? Yeah, BBM 4. This one probably won't fill, right? This will be one that goes for a while, but I think a lot of these other ones will fill. Again, I'm on record my preference for best ball is not necessarily the style, the playoff style, where each week it's a 1-game sprint to the finish. That can work out well, but I prefer the cumulative score approach. You want to go in there, you have a really good score, and you're beating your whole group, and then that is more exciting for me. So to each their own, but I don't necessarily enjoy having to think heavily about correlation in these contests. I just don't. I just like the sprint style or the marathon style a little bit more. And of course, my spirit animal is the Eliminator, where half of the field gets knocked out every single week. So you just got to build a really good team. So let's do the Eliminator for the first one today, and then we'll go on from there. Let's see if there's any fantasy football news here. I'm going to go to my fantasy football news feeds here. DFS Army has an awesome fantasy football news feed on the NFL page. J.K. Dobbins signs with the Broncos. Uncertainty now in the backfield. Dobbins is good. So that really puts a damper for me on the rookie, Hampton. It just does. It just puts a damper on him. So I've just got to reduce his expectations, right? Hampton. I said RJ Harvey, the rookie. He takes a hit for me. There's no getting around it. And RJ Harvey already had an issue where pass protection was a problem for him. So I don't like it. RJ Harvey, drop it. Now, more little interesting tidbits. Aaron Rodgers talking about Calvin Austin as just in general, there's buzz in Pittsburgh about Calvin Austin, not Holman Wilson, as we thought maybe earlier in the season, but actually Calvin Austin. So for those late picks, I've been kind of back and forth between Roman and Calvin Austin. I'm going to start doing a little more Calvin Austin because there's definitely buzz. I'm sorry, I meant Harvey, but there's definitely buzz right now about Calvin Austin. Hang on, I'm reading. I got a couple more of these. Shedeur Sanders is generating some buzz in Browns camp. Take it for what it's worth. Shedeur Sanders generating some buzz in Browns camp. What's up with that? Got anything else? Yeah, Jameson Williams getting a lot of buzz as well coming out of Lions camp. So there are definitely players to pay attention to in that situation. Let's see. Nick Chubb goes to Nick Chubb goes to Houston, and I don't really know what to do with that one. So yes, that is our news updates. Yeah, the main one, Soups, is Harvey is no longer anything that you could rely on. I think you've got to drop him down to that Pacheco, 8th round tier where you're just not sure what you're getting anymore with a guy like that. It's just real, man. It's just keeping it real. You got to change your opinions as news comes out. If you don't adjust, to me, if we're not adjusting what we're doing as these news, then what the hell are we actually doing here? So yes, I liked RJ Harvey. My boy Sislowski calls me up the other day. He's like, "Hey, you said you loved Harvey," and I did. But now that they have J.K. Dobbins, it's a bad sign. That's not good, right? Because J.K. Dobbins is good. It's not like Nick Chubb or some veteran, Samaje Perine. Dobbins showed himself to be pretty good. Who it does help is Omarion Hampton. So, Soups, this is where Hampton comes into play. It helps Omarion because Dobbins was thought to go back to the Chargers. So now that there's no Dobbins on the Chargers, made Omarion moves up in the rankings and probably has a full lockdown on the Charger situation. I get that Najee Harris is there, but Najee Harris stinks. Maybe he doesn't stink. I don't know. I think Najee Harris is not that much of a threat. Who knows? All right, let's do the Eliminator. And then after that, we'll do a second one. So we'll do 2 drafts today, guys. Let's start with the Eliminator. And remember, the Eliminator, 20 seconds per pick. I'm going to enter it here. So if you guys want to go up and draft with me, now is your chance. Eliminator. Remember what the Eliminator is. We're going to 1, 2, 3, confirm. Now, the Eliminator is a contest type where every single week, half of the field is eliminated. This has been one of my favorites. Let's see. Oh, we're waiting for a bunch of spots to fill here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots to fill. So we'll wait. Some of you guys want to join me here. We're in the 22nd Eliminator contest. We're going to do that. And again, reminder that underdog, half-point PPR. The Eliminator, half of the field is wiped out every single week. So you have to build a team that's well-rounded, that's going to put up numbers, and that is skewed early in the season, right? We don't want to have any kind of super early bye weeks or anything like that. We got to get past the first part of the season. And then here's what happens. When you whittle down the field, like you just skate through week 1, week 2, week 3, you skate through the first few weeks, all of a sudden, now you're in a tournament with a small number of people very quickly. It's like the opposite. You ever play Caribbean Keno? I hope you have it. It's one of those games where every time you miss, you could stay in by doubling your bet, right? And so you're like, oh, I'll start with $10. How much can it get to? Or $5. How much can it get to? And you're like, oh, 5. You're making your way up the board on Caribbean Keno. Got to get to 100. You're pulling balls out of the lottery thing, right? Oh, I can get to 100. And then you miss one. And it's like, oh, if you want to stay in, you got to double your bet. Okay, well, no big deal. Well, you double $5 10 times, and all of a sudden it's like, I mean, let's the math is crazy. I can't even do it. But 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, 640, 12, 13, 1280, right? 640, 1280. Now we're at 2,400. Uh-oh. One more double. We're at 4,500. I started with $5. How to get to 4,500? I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. So the exact opposite. Do not play Keno, bro. Definitely don't play Keno. That is a bad game. Not especially Caribbean Keno. Don't ever play that at the casino. That's a lot of the Caribbean Keno's games are scams. So you got to be careful. You got to make sure where you're at. That is an actual scam that goes on in casino. Never touch that game. Because the guy pulling the balls out of the Keno machine, unless it's like an automated, slot machine, the guy pulling the balls out, he can sleight of hand change the ball that comes out of there. He can have one in his hand already. You know how people do all these tricks with their hands? They're not going to pay you on Keno. You have to not ever play that. If I'm thinking of the same game that you're talking about, stay out of that. All right, we are filling spots, guys. This is the Eliminator. There's 2 spots left. Get in here. It's $10 entry. Half of the field gets eliminated every single week. So this is what I was talking about. Let's say this thing starts with, I don't have the numbers, but it starts with 200,000. By week 3, we're down to 25,000, right? 200, 100, or 200 to 100, 100 to 50, 50 to 25. Already 25. Week 4, 12,500. Week 5, we're only down to 6,500. Everybody's in the money. Week 6, we're down to 3,000 people in here. So what ends up happening is every week that you can squeak by, you're so much closer to taking down a tournament. And that is gold. So we're going to draft a lot of teams for this and just hope that we can squeak a few by. And then what's happening is you're going up against other people. They're getting injuries. So the best looking team last week, all of a sudden, somebody gets hurt, they're gone. So I like the style. I like the format. We'll see if we can get it filled here. It's a couple. We're still waiting for 2 more spots to fill. I got to remember that. Sometimes, it's been weird on these streams doing live BestBall drafts. Some of the contests fill in like 10 seconds after I click the button. Other ones take a couple minutes. Sometimes maybe they never fill. I don't know. I think it will fill. I think we got one spot left. So let's get in there. But some of them never fill. Well, they do, but not in time for doing a stream. So, and we are filled. There we go. So take a couple minutes. And you guys are awesome about joining me in these contests as much as I like that we're doing, especially the Eliminator is a real fun one to draft against one another. Don't want too many people in the same room. But what's cool about it to me is after round 1, you're no longer really even competing with one another. At that point, you're just like sent out into the ether to do these head-to-heads with people. You can also get a little lucky. You could also get unlucky in this one if they match you up with someone who just has a monster score, but you might get lucky and luck box your way through a week. So I feel like in this contest, especially, doing a lot of entries is probably helpful. And hopefully a lot of people are building these correlated lineups. Yeah. So, all right, let's see where we're at. Oh, Fact is in here with us. Good crew. Ivan Drago on the pole. We got Soups at the 3-hole. Experienced. Fact 74 in the 4 spot. Okay. Whoa, where the hell is Chief ST? Where's your boy? We are sitting at pick 10. We got the Diddy squads. I don't like to be sandwiched between Diddy at all. But Diddy squads, we've drafted against him before, so I don't know if that's a person here in this stream or not, but it's definitely somebody we've drafted before. I don't know if any of you other guys are in here. Let me know in the chat if any of these people are you all. Little Miss Brady is in here with us. She's not in the. I don't think she's in the chat, but I like the name. All right, so here we go. We got a chalk start. Barkley, Chase, Bijan. I get it. Justin Jefferson for Fact 74. That's fine. Reminder for me personally that I do. I am gonna, especially in this format more than any other. I'm going to favor going heavy with running backs early. I love Christian McCaffrey in this format. You know, you really only need him the first few weeks. So I love me some early running backs, and I will be targeting them aggressively. And I love me some. I might even. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, they just fucked that. So they left me no choice. We got to take wide receivers, and I have no choice. I can't do anything else. And take Malik here. Not happy about it, but wow, Janty went, so didn't even get Janty or Derrick Henry. Oh, that's you, Hunter Sinclair. Oh, you fucker. All right, there it is. Hurricane Man. What's up, Hunter? Oh, Hunter Seckler. Different Hunter. You know we have a Hunter Sinclair. Oh, and you're in there too. Magic Otter. Sean Hoy's in here. Oh, everybody's in here. No wonder. I'm like, man, normally I get my running backs. Normally I get my running backs from the 10 hole. It's kind of weird. I was like, what's going on here? So everybody's zigging. We're gonna do a little zagging. I'll grab Bucky with this spot. All right. So let me talk about why I just took Bucky over Jonathan Taylor. Why did I do that? Let me keep it simple. Jonathan Taylor's team is going to be shit this year. And I prefer running backs on teams that are good. So, yeah, and there you go. Ivan Henry is now going in round 1 where he belongs. Christian McCaffrey moving up high and ahead of him, crazy. But like Derrick Henry getting there, totally get it. Magic Otter, Sean Hoy's in here with us. So anyway, basically, why do I always take Bucky ahead of Jonathan Taylor, or I prefer him? And it's because Jonathan Taylor's team's not good. I get it. He had a couple good games last year, but overall, that team is just crap. So if I could take a running back who's similar to Jonathan Taylor, Bucky Irving, on a team that scores like a lot of touchdowns, the Bucs. Bucky was built for the Bucs. Got the same fucking name. I'm going to do that. All right. So, Drago. Man, that is a massive fall for Ladd McConkey. How do you like that? And I don't mind the early Josh Allen pick there, Ivan Drago. He was definitely not going to be there for you if you waited. So, I get it, and I'm cool with it. I think in this format, in the Eliminator format, it actually might make some real sense to grab an early QB, although there's a lot of arguments one way or the other with that, because you could, again, fill it out with just having a bunch of guys, and you really just need to get past the week more than anything else each week, so it's not like that critical. Yeah, you're already seeing the melt away of the quality running backs here, where it looks like the talent is much more at the moment at wide receiver. So we saw the early run on running backs in this league has caused a pretty weird situation. Let's see how that plays out. It was not what I was expecting to do today. But I feel like going up against you guys in the chat really is making it more difficult to have my thoughts come together in some of these drafts. But yeah, you zig, I'm zagging. That's what's up. Who's Diddy Squads? We've drafted against that person more than once. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like I wanted an RB on that first round too, but like I don't want to reach for one. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm about to make another move that's going to be a little surprising here. And I'm just going to tell you why I'm doing it. So, I was going to forego Cook in favor of Chuba Hubbard, but Diddy Squads kind of did that for me, so I don't have to. The reason I was going to take Chuba ahead of James Cook, and I love James Cook, don't get me wrong, is James Cook is very much a best ball running back, meaning he has those pop weeks, but he also has a lot of real dud weeks. And in the Eliminator format, I don't think we can afford too many dud weeks. So for that reason, primarily, I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to favor a little more consistency with the Chuba, even if he can't get me those massive weeks that like James Cook can, because I need to get past week 1, week 2. I need consistency, I think, in this format rather than, let's say, guys who are volatile. Volatility has its place, but probably later on in the draft. Early on, I want consistent players who can help me get past that week. So I don't know. Well, time will tell if that's a wise approach or not, but that's kind of what I did there. I now have 2 elite wide receivers, 2 solid running backs, and we're off to the races, guys. DK Metcalf, good pick there. Jalen Hurts and Burrow. So all of the elite quarterbacks are effectively off the board. Well done, guys. So I don't know. Is this early for those wide receiver QBs to go? No, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit, but not really. Kind of right around their ADP. Monty's not a bad guy in this format either. He scores a lot of touchdowns. That's fine. He's a touchdown guy. Soups, was that an auto draft on you? Did you just get auto drafted, bro? There's Connor. I was thinking about him. Well done. Fact. Hoy goes for Kamara there. Still some good wide receivers on the board. There goes Worthy. Plenty of goodness going on at wide receiver, though. RJ Harvey, how far will he fall? George Kittle there. Let's see here. We got the Riddler. All right, here we go. The Riddler, WR1 for his team. I like those situations. Jamo Williams. The reason I took the Riddler ahead of Williams there, another one. Why did you do it, Kev? Mostly because, Jameson Williams, while I like his upside, he seems a little more volatile to me of a player. So I'd rather just take my shot with the other guy. With Ridley, who has very little competition on his team for receptions. There goes Waddle. So I'm going to take a running back here, and I have some thoughts, but I really kind of want to do something here that I probably shouldn't do, but I'm doing it. Swift over Trevion Henderson. Yeah. No, I explain. I do whatever the hell I want, of course, but Hunter Seckler in the 8 hole. Hunter, who are you? 6'7", 6'8". No. Let's see. Who's Hunter? Hurricane Man. Okay. I'm going to keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah, Soups. That was a Smith or Connor. I have to say, I like Connor in this format quite a bit. So, again, main reason for liking Connor, he feels like an injury guy later in the year, but I don't care about that. I just need the first 6 weeks, 7 weeks. If you last 6-7 weeks in this format, again, think about how far into the money you're going to be at that point. top 25%, that's after week 3. Top 12% after week 4. Top 6% after week 5, right? Top 3% after week 6. Now, you're not getting paid that much. There's not that much of a difference between in GPP tournaments, not that big of a difference really between top 10% and top 3. So you got to get past that next group of weeks in order to really get in the money. We want to be in the top 1%, which we'll get to, by the way, by week 8. You're in the 1%. Now we're in the 0.5%. Yeah. Alex faded. I agree with you. He will smash. Where am I in this draft? All right, let's get the draft board back on screen. Okay. Brian Robinson. So we're getting that second tier of running back going off the board. I went Swift. Harvey goes to Hurricane Man. I would have taken Trevion Henderson. I'm very nervous about Harvey now. Probably would have taken Trev right there. Pollard. And now you got Pacheco. Little Miss Brady, not in this draft with us, I don't think. But, I'm a little worried about Godwin and his availability to start the season. I don't want anybody in this format that has even a sniff of not going to play. All right, here we go. Running backs. Still got a bunch. Wide receiver. Ooh, some good ones still here. Tight end. Who we got? Hawkinson. I haven't really been prepping, so I'm going to go Steffi Diggs here. WR1 for his team. No one likes him right now. As soon as we get a good report out of Diggs, camp, he's doing well. The team loves him. Anything like that, and it's off to the races. All right, what pick number? Where are we at here? Okay, there we are. We're at pick number 85. Let's enable all of our players here and see what's going on. We're going to pick again here shortly. So we got QB. Nothing going on there. You know what? Should we go Patty Mahomes? I don't love it, but I did it. Do I love Mahomes? No. Is he that different from other QBs? Probably not. Why'd I do it? I don't know. No excuses. I just did it. We needed a quarterback. I need a tight end. Here we've got 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers already, so we're looking pretty good at those position groups. We want to make sure we get a good score out of our QB. We need good scores out of everywhere. We got to advance. Don't want complete crap at any position. Same thing with tight end. I think there's maybe a little bit of material edge in this format to having a very, very good tight end. But if you don't get one, you can always make up for it with volume. There's a lot of them that float around. So you can just make up for it at some point. Just get a lot of players. Get a bunch of them. Yeah, I agree on Connor. I think he's a really good best ball play. Running back group, we're starting to get into, Travis Etienne. No one really wants to draft him. He's kind of sketchy. Javante, kind of sketchy. There's Charbonnet. Really? Okay, that's a weird one. I think that's a reach, Ivan Drago, but okay. Scattaboo. Second RB2s going off the board. Wide receiver group. Ayuk might not be ready to start the season. Shaheed, who's his quarterback? Keon Coleman, interesting. All right. Bounce possibility for Keon Coleman this year. Mims Jr., I like him. And then, of course, we've got a good group of tight ends left. So plenty of TE talent here. I don't even know which way to go. I think I'm going tight end or I went QB on the last one, so kind of leaning a little TE action here maybe. I like a bunch of these names. Wide receiver group, I kind of like a couple of these guys. They're starting to thin out, so we want to get maybe another one. I'm going to do it, man. I'm doing it. I'm going Travis Swift. Double down on the Swifts on my team. Travis Swift, T-Swift, as I like to call him. Mr. Pfizer, as he prefers to be known. Slow starter, Travis Kelce. Can't trust him. He starts slow. Why? Guys, why? Yeah, Cup is gross. But upside is there. Why can't we trust Kelce? What's he doing all offseason that makes him sketchy? Anybody know? Anyone? I'm going to explain it. Okay. Travis Kelce, what's he up to in the offseason? He's partying with T-Swiz. Bradley Cooper's there. I'm going to get weird. I was going to take Javonte. Diddy, of course, fucking Diddy cooks me. Diddy squad just cooked me on Javonte Williams. Cooked me. So I went with a rookie tight end. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. I just panicked, basically. Didn't know what I was going to do. I had another player in mind that I did not get, and that sent me off the rails. Yeah. He's checked out. So there it is, Alex. He's not just checked out. He's not prepping in the offseason. And neither would you. Neither would you. Are you studying film? No. He's got the world at his fingertips. He is dating and probably going to marry the most powerful, female entertainer in the world right now. That is T-Swiz, right? She's a very powerful woman. I like that she brought eyes to football. I don't have any problem with it. But okay. Cool. My kids will watch the game. My girls, my daughters. Oh, that's you? In the 9-hole. Terrence Charles. What's up, Terrence Charles? Yes. Guys, if you're in the chat, make yourself known. This is a where's the 9-hole? Who are you, Terrence Charles? You're not Diddy, are you? Wait. Did we find? No, T-Bear. Okay, T-Bear. What's up, T-Bear? All right. I thought you were Diddy for a second. I was like, oh, yeah. All right. All right, so tight end's going. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Mike Schwab in the 2-hole. Schwabi. Man, see, you got to make yourself known in here, guys. That's why none of my players are dropping to me. I don't know. I figured it out. I don't think we can all get through to the next round, guys. I really don't. I think it might be me who doesn't get through based on the way this started. Bajal Tootin. I like Bajal Tootin. Really do. You take a shot here with Bajal? Let's take a shot. A late shot. I don't love that pick for right now, to be honest, but I did it. All right, so where am I at? I've got 2 tight ends, 1 QB, a bunch of wide receivers, a bunch of running backs. I think we're good there. Need to fill in the quarterbacks in the next round and just take some upside wide receivers to fill it all out. So that's what I will be doing. We'll get our second quarterback right here. I don't care who it is. You're not cute. Whoever you are, Diddy squads, if you're in here trying to steal my guys, not going to happen. I don't mind who. I don't care really who it is. Looks like it's going to be T-Law, and I'm fine with that. T-Law's a bit of a sleeper this year. Schwabi's in here with us. T-Bear's in here with us. How'd you find the stream, guys? Have you been watching with us all along? Have you been with these streams? I appreciate your being here and more people hanging out on the Palooza. It's a Draft-a-Palooza. Wait a minute. I got the wrong freaking Draft-a-Palooza. That's what's up. Isn't this more festive? Look at the background I just put up. I feel like it's more festive, more fun. So Draft-a-Palooza. Every kind of palooza is a good palooza. All right, so let's just take a look at where we're at in this draft right now. First draft of the day. I got Mahomes and T-Law, so I got my 2 quarterbacks in place. 4-pack of running backs, all kind of, fine. I got Bajal for the late season surge. We got 4 starting WR1s and a couple of decent tight ends there. So, I'm going to try to fill out. When you look at tight end, for example, there's so many left that are decent, right? Loveland, Goddard, these are all like pretty good ones. So there's a pretty big group of them still floating around. Wide receivers, it is getting skinny out here. Not much going on. Running back, it's pretty gross in here as well. Nothing that's super exciting. Backups and QBs, still some decent ones. So that's kind of the state of the union. I maybe waited too long on some of these wide receivers, unfortunately. So like, I wouldn't mind. My preference, hindsight would probably be to have one more quality wide receiver, and there's none left. So it's not like I can get like a good one. When I say quality, I mean like guys who are on the field all the time, guys who are going to contribute to my squad, most weeks, right? There's not a lot of that left. A couple of decent ones here that are floating around that I think, will be useful on occasion. But the guys who are starting the WR1s and 2s, they're gone. So now we have to kind of take a hopeful one. Yeah, Dubs is one of those. Dubs was one of those guys. He just went that, he's going to be out there. I'm going to take, I guess we'll go with Thielen here. He's had good starts to seasons. Yeah, I don't love it. Still need more tight ends. Could still use another QB. So let's see how many quarterbacks there are. Can I wait another round? No, can't wait. So I'll take another QB probably when this comes around to me. Normally, you don't absolutely need 3 quarterbacks, especially with Mahomes and T-Law, but I think it could help. Like, it could just squeeze, like Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence, these are kind of like sub or 20-point a game or below types where they need to really pop. They're not going to average 25s or 22s or 24 or anything like that. They're not going to average that. They need to pop a special game to get there. So what you have to do with that is just have a third guy. Got to have a third guy in there because it gives you one other chance for at least one of them to pop. Especially on those terrible weeks, those kind of guys. So think about the distribution of scoring, right? Scoring distribution, the way it works, Geno or Darnold, I don't know. We'll go Geno, but so let me just get into this. Scoring distribution. Think about the bell curve of distributions, right? Right in the middle is their average score. So when you look at DraftKings and it says like what the player's average score is, this is our first one, JM. You'll be, but I'm going to tell you something, guys. There are a lot of people in this chat that are entering these. So when we do the second one, you got to be quick about clicking the button. But let me get back to this. So the bell curve of scoring distributions, right? So if you get a QB that averages 18 points, that's the center point of the bell curve, right? Now I got 2 of them that are kind of like 18 point per game guys. So on average, they'll get about 18. Sometimes they're going to go 1 or 2 standard deviation units below. You might get a 14 or a 12 out of them, right? Sometimes they're going to go a standard deviation unit above. You might get a 20 or a 22. And then every once in a while, you'll get that wide score. You'll get the 9, 8. I had a 9 out of Josh Allen last year during the playoffs. It fucked me, right? On the other side of it, you'll get like a 28, a monster score for one of these type of quarterbacks. So if that's happening on a person-by-person basis, what's going on a grander scale is if you have more of them, chances are lowered that you will have a scenario where all 3 get that. This is the Eliminator, Jammin, but where all 3 get that, 1 or 2 standard deviation unit below the mean type score. So more of them. Now, does that mean I'm going to have these amazing scores from this mediocre group of QBs, for example? No, but it lessens the likelihood that we're going to get like a sub 20 or we'll have to live with a sub 20. You really want those 20 plus pointers. So in this scenario where you have crappy QBs, and I consider everybody outside of like the top 5 or 6 effectively a crappy QB, in that scenario, we want to have more of them. Just simple volume gives us a chance week to week to make up for the crappy QB. And the same thing happens at the tight end position, right? The same thing happens. When I get a bunch of shitty ones, which is not what I have here, but kind of what maybe they're kind of mid, right? When you get a bunch of crapola ones, you need more of them to hopefully get that outsized, if one standard deviation unit above the mean, if that's like a 15% or a 30% occurrence, if I have 3, I've increased the likelihood that at least one of them will do a 1 standard deviation unit above the mean. JM, great question. I'm going to put this on the screen. If you draft an elite quarterback like that, no, you can get away with just 2. You still need 2, but you can definitely get away with 2. And that second one does not need to be anybody you're taking early. You could take like QB 17. So effectively, when you take one of those guys, you're relying on them to represent, right? You're relying on that person to be your guy. QBs, everything's kind of skinny at this point. We got a couple of prospects floating around here. I'm going to take another quarterback, guys. I know it's 4, it's too many, but I'm just doing it. I had this weird premonition this far into the draft, and I just went with it. From here, I kind of want to get another tight end as well. I think my tight end group is very thin, and so I might need more tight ends than what I have here to try to get like 15 and 20 point performances. I'm not sure that's what I would need anyway, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers. We got a nice group of running backs, 4 starters, 3 starters, and a prospect here. We got a ton of QBs. There's just no more running backs that are going to be scoring for me or doing anything to really help my team. Hunt might have been a guy like that, but these are all kind of backup guys that aren't really going to hurt my team. We help my team early on. And again, in this format, I primarily care about early week production. So I'm already filled out a tight end. Oh, I can do one more tight end, actually. And then I can get another wide receiver, and we'll call it a draft. See what everybody's doing. A lot of people in this draft. Drago. Josh Allen, and only backed up with, Tyler Shook. You waited too long, Ivan. You waited too long for your second guy. So this actually speaks to the point of what we were just talking about. You get Josh Allen. How long can you wait on that second guy? This is probably too long. Two more rounds left. There's actually too many drafts here for me to go through. I'll do a quick run through, but like almost everybody here is in this draft. So we have like 8 or 9 people drafting against each other here. All right, I'm up. So let's see what we're doing. Yeah, JT Sanders and Tyler Higbee are what's left. We'll go JT, and then I will complete this draft by grabbing another wide receiver when it gets back to me. Got Noel, De'Ami Brown is fine. If I was looking to correlate, I could have done De'Ami with Trevor Lawrence. That kind of works. I'm going to go with Calvin Austin here, who I mentioned at the start of this draft, is getting good buzz. Yeah. So, okay. Do you at least have a premium wide receiver going RB heavy with a premium QB? If you go, yes, you need, obviously, the way you're describing, I would rather go something like this. So you got to take what comes to you. But yes, you definitely need a premium wide receiver. But if you go running back round 1, 2, elite wide receiver round 3, still get a stud QB in round 4, maybe another running back in round 5. That's kind of a fun way to do it. There he is. T-Bear was fun. All right, guys, before they kick us out of the room, let's take a look at the draft board. Oh, there's the what? Vinny Barbarino's in here with us. Hell yeah, we're doing another. Yeah, we're doing a second one, guys. Hang around. Hang around. T-Bear, you're my guy. And you like my sense of humor, I like you. That's how I operate. Once you like, then we're buds. We're bros. All right, so let's just take a look at how this draft went for everybody. Everybody in here is in the fucking room. It's crazy. Oh, don't do this to me. How'd they kick me out? All right, we're completed. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Why are they Eliminator? Oh, I can see my exposures now. Look at that. Oh, look who's Kevin's taken in the Eliminator. Oh, readily available. All right, so results. How do you even see this shit? Live, best ball, drafts. I do like you, man. Jersey, you're my boy. I like everybody. I appreciate every one of you hanging out every single time. JMM, I don't know why I think you're Brazilian. Are you Brazilian? I'm a UFC fan. I love the Brazilians. All right, so let's see. Active. Completed. The Eliminator. Here we go. Okay, so let me see the one we just did. This is it. All right, view full draft. So we'll do a little breakdown of everybody's draft here. And yeah, I found it. This is, a little complicated, but we'll do a little breakdown of everybody's draft. I don't want to get too into it here. Two reasons. One of them is I can't open this full board here on screen, so I kind of have to do a lot of scrolling, and it's hard to see. But Drago's in here with everybody's with us. Drago, you started out with Saquon, then Kenny Walker, Pollard. Is that why you took Charbonnet for the backup? I like it. Josh Allen, stud. So who did you pass up? There was a run on early running backs, which effectively took them all off the board. So you got McConkey and Josh Allen there. Breece Hall, be careful, Little Miss Brady, whoever you are. That's not great, but Ivan Drago, 3 premier running backs and a backup, you're fine. You've got Lad McConkey, Zay Flowers, a little sketchy, but Addison looks pretty good. Mims Jr., one of my guys this year. So 3-pack of tight ends in a row here. These are exactly what I described. Sketchy, not that great tight ends, but all together they can formulate a single guy. And man, the emergency Tyler Shook's rattlesnake double tap here. You clearly waited too long for your QB2. So, next time, don't wait that long. Schwabi in here with us as well. Went reverse of the field. Chase, Wilson, Higgins, double tap those Bengals wide receivers. Joe Burrow. So Schwabi. You built a team designed for the puppy or the best ball. You don't need to correlate in this contest. Correlation will not help you here. So that would be my my critique there. That's all. You do not need to correlate here. That being said, Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy, Scattaboo. Yes, I like that you got Giants running back covered, but I think your running back position will be your demise in this particular draft. So I could be wrong, but too sketchy at running back for this format. Soups, my boy, within all the drafts, you're always here with us. Does Addison have a suspension? Is that definite? Let me know, Soups. Bijan, and then a wait until Judkins. Got Brock Bowers. Got some touchdown scores. Got Brian Robinson. Ugh. All right, so without diving too deep in, once again, this maybe is a little soft at running back. We'll see how that works out. I don't love Judkins. I mean, I do like Judkins as a player, but I just, Cleveland stinks. And they just won't score that many touchdowns unless you get Joe Flacco, and then maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be good. Or maybe Shadur Sanders will be the star. Maybe Cleveland will be good. What if that happens? My boy Fact 74. Justin Jefferson can never complain. I like this start. Jefferson, Moore, Connor, Williams. This is a great kind of 6-pack start. How many go? 1, 2, 3. So we got 2 stud wide receivers, 3 stud running backs, Jacoby Myers, only guy on his team, Caleb Johnson, another touchdown scorer. This is a good Fact 74. This is one of the best drafts, I think. I love Keon Coleman here. Trey Harris, yeah, why not, right? Double tap. You got Got a couple good quarterbacks as well. Nix, McCarthy, probably another good one down there. Darnold. If there's one critique, no, this is facts. I got nothing to critique there. That's really good. Majestic Otter. I believe that's my boy, Sean Hoy. Starts with Jahmyr Gibbs, Drake London, Jackson Smith, 3-pack of good wide receivers. Gibbs and Kamara. I don't love Kamara this year. Not a touchdown scorer. Don't love him in this format. So I don't like this this running back group that much, but Pacheco can make up for it at that spot. Kamara, be careful with Kamara in half-point PPR. He is not a touchdown guy on a team that will not score much. So I would have preferred, you didn't have a lot of choices there, but at that point, I probably don't go that way and maybe take Trevion or, who else was there for you? Pollard. I don't know. I don't love Kamara in this format. Caleb Williams, lots of good QBs here. That's a great trio. Rest of the draft looks pretty good. Hurricane Man here in the draft with us. Hunter Seckler. Hurricane Man. Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. Good start. Love Henry there. I was hoping to get him. Taylor, fine there. Can't complain, but, I made my feelings known on him. This is too soon for Tyreek Hill, in my opinion. Mike Evans also. This is a sketchy group. Tyreek Hill could win you the league, but this is a sketchy trio of wide receivers. Mike Evans, oft injured. Hill coming off a wrist surgery. Don't know what his deal is. So that might be challenging in this one. There's Ash. What's up, my man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out. It's been a good day. It's a good morning. Hurricane Man with RJ Harvey as your third. Here you got him at a good spot. But again, I would have taken Trevion Henderson. A couple of these other guys ahead of Harvey now that they have Dobbins on that team. Baker Mayfield, good QB. Some nice wide receivers a little late here. So what do you have going on at Jaden Blue? Is fine. What do you got? Schultz, Mason Taylor. Is that it? No, you better have another tight end. Oh, yeah. All right. And then Elijah Arroyo. So a couple of weak links here at the tight end position. We'll see how that works out. T-Bear. What's up, my man? Ashton Janty, love him there. Lamar Jackson, great in this format. Why are we taking Josh Allen ahead of him? I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. But Lamar's great. Joe Mixon, fine, especially early season. Going to need more running back talent on this one, though. Let's see what happens later. Ooh, oh, no, T-Bear. Take more running backs, bro. Take more running backs sooner. This might be enough to get you past those first few weeks, though. So this could still get you in the money, but I'm worried about the longevity with just two sort of quality running backs. This is underdog. This is half-point PPR. We need three. We need three good ones. And these guys are not good. So T-Bear, more running backs. Oh, well, don't bring the downer, man. How about the dude who survived it? How does a guy survived it? That's crazy. Amazing. Somebody lived on that plane. A miracle happened. Are we upset? Or are we happy? A miracle happened. Dude, that's nuts. Yeah, we'll do another one, Ray. Hang around. Hang around. We're doing another one. You'll get in there. We'll do like a more traditional one for the next one. I did the Eliminator. I would like to get one weekly Eliminator in there because I love this content. I want to have a lot of entries in it. Diddy Squads, I don't know who that person is. I don't think these last two are anybody here. So, all right, that pretty. I mean, take a look at mine. I'll just do a quick review of mine. But I wanted to go running backs, but you guys didn't really leave it for me, right? You didn't let me. So I had to take what was there. You guys know already. I love Devontae this year. I like him above Tyreek Hill. Yeah, there's no mortgages, bro. There's no mortgages during Draft-a-Palooza. Hell no. Hell no. You shut it down. Have a mortgage palooza later in the day. It's a different palooza. I went Malik, love Malik, Devontae, Calvin Ridley, the Riddler, right? And I went with Ridley, what I thought would happen. I could have double tapped like Trevion and Swift there. I could have gotten 5, the extra running back, but I didn't. So instead, I got 3 really good starting wide receivers and 3 solid running backs, hopefully to anchor my team. I think Swift will break out this year. I just think it's a possibility. We got Steffi Diggs in there. Just added another touchdown scoring wide receiver to the mix. He could be better than any of these other guys if things work out. Mahomes, we got Mahomes with Kelsey, not on purpose. Don't care about correlation here, but Kelsey kind of weak, so I went with Tyler Warren, the rookie. I did correlate him as well, but again, unintentional correlations happening. T-Law and Geno, I rounded it out. Thielen, old guy, Bajal Tootin, upside running back, and the rest is history. So, and we got my guy Calvin Austin, who's getting all the camp buzz with our last pick. All right, good draft, everyone. Couple of you guys. Again, I do the critique. If you don't want me, I'm doing my critique. It doesn't mean shit. I mean nothing. You drafted your team. Your team is good. You did a good job. You're probably going to beat me. But if I'm going to look at it and you're a little soft, you forgot to take a second quarterback, something like that, I'll do a sprint. But you forgot to take a quarterback, you did something like that, I'm going to mention it, and then hopefully you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, next time I do this, I'm going to remember to take another running back that's a starter. Or next time I do one of these, I'm going to remember, hey, I took this quarterback early, take a second one, don't wait this long. I want everybody, I want the people, the Draft-a-Palooza people to win tournaments. If it's not me, hopefully it'll be you, hopefully one of us, I don't know. But I think it's fun to hear about your draft from someone else who's like, oh yeah, and you guys are probably thinking the same thing when you look it over. But a lot of us don't look over our stuff, and we just do, and we don't learn from it. So something I learned from DFS in general was how important it is to go back, look at what you did, and adjust for your next one. Okay, what's the sprint? Was one of these the sprint? All right, here we go. Playoff sprint. This is kind of like BBM, but instead of having it just 1 week at a time for the playoffs, this gives you 3 weeks of combined scoring. You guys want to do that? Is $20 too expensive of a price point for other people to jump into? I don't want to cut anybody out. We got the marathon, which is very similar to what we just did, similar style. BBM, the traditional contest. I'd go cheaper with like a puppy or a schnauzer if you guys want to like have a more affordable entry level price point. First person to answer in the chat, that's what I'm going to do. So give me a heads up, guys. We're going to keep drafting. I'll do a sprint. You know what? You mentioned it first. Schnauzer. Oh, Ray says Schnauzer 2, less expensive. Get everybody in there. All right. Here we go. Schnauzer 2. 20 seconds per pick. Oh, no, we got a couple of Schnauzer fans. All right. The puppy and the Schnauzer are kind of the same. Let's just do this one. I got it open on screen. 20 seconds per pick. 3, 2, 1. Confirm it. Let's go. Oh, okay. All right. It's kind of filled. We got 1, 2, 3 spots waiting. Everybody, get in there. Get in there. That filled fast. Schnauzer. Speaking of dogs, I don't have a dog. I always wanted a dog. My wife is allergic. If my wife wasn't allergic, I would definitely have a dog. And the dog that I would want, I've said this before, but the dog that I'd really want is, there he is, Marion John, JMM. What's up, my brother? 3 spot. The what? In here with us. Alex Faded is in here with us, I believe. I saw that name. I saw you in here. Alex is in here. There you are. All right. So we got Alex Faded. We got JMM. We got the what? We got JM. We got Ivan in there. UCF Jaguar. Don't know who that is. Is this one of you? TJ Skadog. Razor's in here with us. Oh no. We got a ringer in there. We got a ringer. All right, this is going to be crazy. Once again, we are drafting in a group against one another. Is this even allowed? We're stream drafting. Somebody contact Underdog. So why is this guy not sponsored? Why am I not sponsored? By the way, if you sign up, what's the point? Everybody here is an Underdog account. If you sign up an Underdog with promo code DFS Army, you get a deposit match. I don't know what I'm supposed to say that. All right. Drago. Oh, the gift of Saquon. Unreal. Yep. Thank you to all of you for giving me Derrick Henry. I thank you all and appreciate you all for that. Nico Collins going early. So right off the bat, guys, really interesting how different. Dude, Ivan, when you get the gift of Saquon, pick 4, you don't complain about it. You just say, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, like, leave me Ashton Janty. I'll okay. I'll take that. He's going to be gone. Who's next? Brian Thomas, Drake London. Is Bowers there? Oh, there he goes. So Brian Thomas, Drake London. Bowers is gone. Got Bucky here. Can do Bucky, or we can do Brian Thomas. Let's go Bucky. I love my early running backs. I just can't help it. I will continue to do what I do. You do you, I do me. The what, man? You've got that experience badge, bro. You've been doing a lot of these. Highly experienced. Got the combo? No? ASB and Nico, do you really think about, Ray, are you really thinking about like remembering combinations that you've done? You're like, you have the memory of these combinations. Like, man, I really want to pair it, because they're not like, there's nothing. Is there anything connected about ASB and Nico other than they're both awesome? All right, I got to concentrate a little bit, but we started off with Henry and Bucky. Really good start. As you guys know, for my philosophy approach for this stuff, if you get 2 stud running backs, we got to like pay attention to the other groups in the next couple picks. I do like to have 3 stud running backs at minimum after the first 5 or 6 picks. So we'll see how that comes together. Josh Jacobs at the turn. Marvin Harrison. Alex faded. Okay. Chase Brown goes 2.1. Love Chase Brown there. Garrett Wilson. Good. AJ Brown. Sketchy. Garrett Wilson going right there. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I feel like Rashee Rice, the what? I don't know about, I feel like he goes a little earlier in some of these drafts. Like, I don't know if he belongs. I guess he does, but like, I don't know. I keep taking Devontae Adams with my my picks. That's going to backfire on me at some point. Let's see. Tight ends are gone. QB. Let's do a Lamar. Let's do a Lamar. So I love, a stud QB draft. Fine by me. Here's what's interesting about Lamar. He's not always going to get you a monster score because the team runs Derrick Henry. Now I have Henry and Lamar. That's probably not the best correlation in the world. But it's either one or the other smashing. Yeah. Rice isn't, I'm going to just keep saying it about Rice. It's just an interesting player. And here's what's interesting. So with Rice, what's interesting is we didn't really see him and Worthy at the same time, right? We saw Rice kind of out there absolutely dominating the first part of the season before Worthy kind of came around. And then in the second half of the season, Rice gets hurt and Worthy kind of steps up and starts to become a dominant player. I think there's room for both of them to be dominant this season. I think, what you need, if Kansas City takes a minimal step back, defensively. I don't really see what's going on. They don't have that much going on at running back. That's too scary. So if basically with Kansas City, what you need in order for that offense to be more successful is simply that their defense is a little less good. That's it. The whole reason that Kansas City disappoints offensively at times is because their defense is really good. So it's like when that defense stops playing well, or in the playoffs, for example, when they're going up against teams that have their number, that can score really quickly, you see how Kansas City levels up what they do, right? So it's very much situational. Oh, that's a good spot to get Jalen Hurts, Alex Faded. Nice pickup. Again, I don't like to advise too much during the draft, but you know the running back on that team. You need one quick. Here we go. The what? Probably on board here as well. Probably a couple of you guys need more running back action. So there you go. There you go as well. Ivan, I don't blame you. You take a lot. Now, me, on the other hand, I don't have any wide receivers, and I might not get a good one at all. So I'm going to have to make up for a lack of quality wide receivers. Taking Devontae Adams here messed up my shit. I wasn't ready for it. But I have some guys in mind if they try. I don't even want to put them on screen because, all right, now that hopefully you're not here, I want to look at, oh boy. Yeah, I'm not a COSO guy. So we're going to, yeah. We're a little fucked at wide receiver, people. I might have needed to take one instead of that third running back. This is going to get sketchy. Let's go the Riddler. And I'm just going to now aggressively target wide receivers for my next few picks. So I started off with 3 running backs and a quarterback. And what that does is that puts me in a situation where I'm a little bit behind. Did I play DraftKings Best Ball? I did. Yes. I rarely played here on Underdog. Most of my Best Ball up until really this year has been on DraftKings. I didn't play a ton last year, though. Played a little. And I didn't play a ton. I played a little bit. Hawkinson. Still good running backs on the board. Lots of them, which is interesting. Wide receiver group getting sketchy. Getting kind of sketchy. All right. Fuck it. You know what? I'll go for upside. Upside. Roma Dunze. Yeah. I mean, half the room, Ray, is in the chat here with us. So, like, I'm afraid to even mention a player before it comes around. I'm just going to kind of talk about, like, position groups. Half the chat is in here with us. I'm trying to win these. Is there a way? Game streamers do it? Players in queue. I mean, I could set up an overlay that covers things. I don't put players in my queue for that reason. I'm just, like, watching. Yeah, no, it's my mouth. I got a big fucking mouth, and I tell you, you know, I'm talking about what I like. Plus, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. We're drafted together. It's fun. I want everybody to win. I'm having fun. We're doing these streams. If it results in less win ratio for me, I probably wasn't going to win anyway. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But I get this question a lot, Dodge. Like, yeah, I was mostly on DraftKings last year. I do a lot. I've had years on DraftKings where I absolutely destroyed the Best Ball. And again, I play a lot of leagues. Sit and goes are something I do quite a bit of for generating income, for like boosting the bankroll. These tournaments are long shots to win. Every single one. I mean, Ray Zanni's in here. He took down the puppy last year. Ray, that is an amazing accomplishment. It's hard to win a giant tournament. It's hard to sit down and even draft 150 teams, but it's extra hard to then win, especially when you only get one shot at it. So, kudos to everybody, who sits down and power drafts all of these teams. I like that approach. I think it's great. Sit on the turlet, draft a quick team. You made a sale. You feel good at your job. Fucking take a 20-minute, draft a team. Yeah. Ash Larry, there may be sites where you could play on. By the way, there is a site. I believe that Drafters might be available in UK. I don't play on Drafters, but call me, Drafters people. Maybe we'll try it. But I believe that's available in UK. So there might be something you can do. Now, I need a wide receiver. It's like watching them all disappear as I wait for my next turn. Oh, I've got 2 so far. The what gets another running back in there. That's fine too. And actually, there's still some good running backs on the board here. Good running backs for this format. I wouldn't mind one more. How many running backs do I have? I have 3 though, and I really need wide receivers. So who's available at tight end? Still some good ones as well. Don't need to reach for tight ends. Leave me my guy. Don't do this to me. Leave me my guy. Kill a kill. Don't do it. Don't take my guy. Who's my guy? Oh, it's Ricky. Yes. Pearsall. I fucking dice rolled it. Now I could tell you, I was hoping for Pearsall the whole time. I was hoping no one would notice him. Shh, Ricky. I got Ricky and Jawan. I got the that locks down most of the passing game for San Francisco. I'll take that. Ray, is it stupid to have Jawan and Pearsall on the same team? Maybe I should take Ayuk and just fill the whole damn thing out. Just get them all. Then I'll have to get Brock Purdy. You know what? If I can get Ayuk, wait, is George Kittle available? Only 2 QBs. Were they? My question for you is: were those 2 QBs? Was one of them an elite quarterback? So go back and look if you can, if you don't mind, and let me know: was one of those quarterbacks an elite quarterback? Because I assume it was. So I would assume that, and so with 401 Dodge, what I would say is this: if you take Lamar like I took here, or you take Josh Allen, or you have Jaden Daniels, if you have an elite quarterback, you do not need 3. You just want the 2. You can take a third one late, but you really only need 2. Yeah, Baker did that for me, but like, yeah, and that's right too. This is why I did that. So because the 49ers just produce big scores. They only throw to like really 3 people and the running back. So it's a very, very tight offense, but they do throw a lot. I do think even with Lamar, now that I have those 2 guys, I do have some motivation to probably grab Brock Purdy on my next round. If none of you guys snake him from me, I will probably do that just to complete the beautiful stack. But I also have some motivation here to stack some names with Lamar. So I'm going to be watching for the Rashad Batemans, the Mark Andrews of the world. I'm going to be looking at Brock Purdy. If I get a Brock Purdy, for example, that's it. I don't need a third quarterback. He's got a bye week 14, 7. So I'm covered if I get him. Running back group, there are still some good ones. Still some running backs here that start. I have 3 good ones already. Could take a 4th at some point. Wide receiver group starting to thin out, but again, there are some names here that will correlate with some of my other plays that make some sense. There's another Palooza going on today. It's a Palooza happening around the world. Shit's getting crazy out there. All right, so thank you, Ash. Ivan Drago. 1 quarterback, 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, no tight ends so far. Good, well-rounded start. Gambit didn't get a quarterback yet. UFC Jaguar, no quarterback yet. These guys will probably be taking quarterbacks like right now. So let's see what happens there. Dodge, have you ever had a team? Yeah, I would agree with this. But Terrence Charles, I would agree with this. Purdy, Baker, Dak on occasion, Knicks. But you probably need more than one of them. That's the difference. Like, yeah. Wait, somebody just took Purdy? Oh, come on, bro. Are you serious right now? Who does that? That's just like a dick move. UFC Jaguar, you better not be in here. I feel like that's a stranger. You did it on purpose. I took one more running back there. I take a lot of exposure to Javonte Williams. I'm not really, I don't really get why, he's kind of a starting running back. I don't really see why he's effectively the last running back that goes. All right, so Bateman goes. Razor, come on, bro. You took Bateman from me. You guys are all fucking me over right now. I was going to take Bateman. We'll see if I can get Mark Andrews, at least that. All right, so we get our tight end here in Mark Andrews. I was going to try to take Bateman as well, but it was going to be either or. So, I'm fine with it, Ray. Ray, jump on the show with me Monday. We'll book you. We'll do a two-man for Monday. I got to get some guests back on. Been a busy week. I like to talk these through. Yes, I do know. Yeah, Bateman. I've been taking him ever since you kind of gassed me up on stream that one time about Bateman. I've been taking him a lot. I've been like just grabbing that dude. So yeah, Monday at noon, if you're available, we'll get Ray in here. We'll do another one. But you know the rule. Dog, quiet. Outside. Love the dog, appreciate the dog, love dogs in general, but no one wants to hear barking. It drives me nuts. It's bad enough. I've got outside of my window today, I've got a combination of landscapers just going nuts all over the place. And then to make it worse, they're repaving the street outside of my house. So I'm hearing like all these noises. You can't hear it. I have the kind of mic that's not going to pick that up, but just know that I'm hearing crazy sounds constantly during this. Like it is nuts outside. Sounds like I'm in Manhattan, like on a low floor, but I'm not. I'm in the suburbs with deer running around. Like this should be a quiet, pristine neighborhood, but it's not. So, all right. Yeah. Oh, I'm very happy they're repaving. Like I'm fine with that. I actually went outside before, and as they're repaving in front of my drive, I want to make sure that they didn't leave a giant lip of like a fat lip of like a bump at the end of my driveway. It's supposed to smooth that shit down, give me a nice transition. I went out there, was like, hey guys, get a couple rolls. Ask them, give me a couple rolls over at the end of the driveway, get it nice and smooth. Get it nice and smooth here. All right, I'm up again soon. I forget where I am here. This is why I can't fucking draft not streaming, because I just start to distract myself and then I forget I'm in a draft. All right, so we are set at running back for the most part. We've got Lamar, so our QB is awesome. I'll want another one, but that QB is awesome. Don't need to take him too soon. Can wait. Tight end position, a little sketch. Not too bad. And then wide receiver still needs some firepower, right? The wide receiver group is okay, but not great. So that's where I need a little bit of firepower to beef this thing up. There's not much left. There is not much left. There are good positions everywhere else, but not there. So unfortunately, though, I'm going to go back to Tyler Warren. I think Andrews is not a consistent enough tight end to win anything. I need more firepower, though, at wide receiver. I will need another QB as well. There's so many good quarterbacks left, but I think the quarterbacks. So if you guys are watching this is a great point. If you didn't take any quarterbacks up until now, this is a great part. So memorize round 12. Round 12 is a great spot to double tap these, or 11 and 12, great spot to double tap like second tier QBs. The guys that who was it before? My man Terrence. Terrence was talking about, like, these are good quarterbacks still, and it's that second tier. I need a second guy, so we'll just grab one here with Trevor Lawrence. I got to make sure the bye weeks don't overlap. So primarily Lawrence is here to get me through the bye weeks that Lamar, the beautiful thing about Lamar is he's not a super consistent high scoring quarterback because the team will dominate defensively, but when he's needed, he puts up a monster score. I think the difference between him and Josh Allen is Josh Allen's a little more consistent about his scoring in general. I think Lamar outscored him Oh, see, I'm not going to let you have T-Law, bro. T-Law is one of my sleepers this year. T-Law's got a stud group of Liam Cohen. Dude, the guy that turned around Baker's career is now working with. I'm not sure that Trevor Lawrence doesn't suck, though. I thought so. Just my overall view on Trevor Lawrence, his career so far. I've never seen a good version of Trevor Lawrence out there. He's had a couple good games, but for the most part, he's not looked like a good quarterback. If he can't get it done with Liam Cohen and this group sort of like bringing him along, then this is it for him. Trevor Lawrence, dangerous. Dangerous. This might be it for him this year. Like, if you can't show anything with this coaching staff, the same staff that turned around, and listen, the Jaguars have had terrible coaching for years. The whole team was run by some bonehead who, the Jaguars team was run by some bonehead who was busy playing FanDuel and DraftKings, gambling away the team money. If there was ever a franchise that needed the Geek to help out with some decision-making, it's the Jaguars. I'm available, Con. I'm available. I'll give it all up. I would give it all up. Kev, you can't give it up. Yep, I would give it all up to come and work for the Jaguars and fix that team. Could live in Jacksonville. It's a nice place. I would move. Jets fan, who cares? I work for the Jaguars now, motherfuckers. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just saying he don't need to worry about it. Bring me in. I'm not going to allow anybody to like lose all your money. What happened? Oh, I'm not on the clock yet. It took Wandy, BestBall, Viper. He sniped Wandy from me. I'm going to take Hollywood Brown. Yeah. Something about the Rhode Island guys. They got that culinary school in Rhode Island, Ray. For a couple of friends of mine went to culinary school in Rhode Island. Can't remember what it's called, but I know they got a big culinary school out there. And I question why you would want to get into the industry of making food. I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. Like, I feel like you go to college to learn how to become a chef, and the chef is like one of the hardest jobs there is. Like, that's serious work. You better damn love cooking food. Culinary Institute. What's it called out there? You know what it is. It's got a name. I only know because a friend of mine, Johnson and Wales, can't remember. A friend of mine went there. And he's a mortgage, actually he's a mortgage broker now. Motherfucker went to culinary school out in Rhode Island, and now he's a mortgage broker in Utah. Explain that one. JMM in there. I got to do some breakdowns of some of your drafts, guys, but I need to. All right, let's see where I'm at. I got 3. Ooh, good correlation. Right? Andrews and Likely paired up with Lamar. Okay. Solid 4-pack of running backs. Ridley, Odunze, Pearsall Mooney, Hollywood Brown. My wide receiver group is definitely lacking in this draft. We'll need some late. Oh, Pat Bryant. Is this a DFS Army guy? UFC Jaguar, are you in here? UCF Jaguar. That motherfucker's in here. UCF, show yourself. You are that experienced. No one's taken Bryant outside of us. No way. You left me with nothing. I got nothing. This is terrible. All right, fuck it. Demario Douglas. Jesus, crappy pick. Not happy with that one at all. Johnson and Wales. Yeah, okay. Jaywell. Off Jägermeister. Bro, I think this, but chat, does everybody have a I got so drunk off Jägermeister story that I never drink that shit anymore? Because same here. Jägermeister is something you only drink in college, and then it ruins you for that drink. Not all, it's kind of gross anyway. Like, bro, it's disgusting. It really is like Goldschlager. There's a whole bunch of these terrible drinks, minty drinks. They're gross. Ash, this is shocking to me. I feel like being from UK, there's nothing you haven't drank. They love to drink in UK. No group of people loves drinking more than the Brits. You guys are up there. Rowdy drinkers. Yes, Deontay is with the Browns. Yeah, you know why you never drank Goldschlager? Because you're a real man. That's why. You fucking drink whiskey. Rum. Oh, maybe not. See? And then some people like that flavor. You ever try Goldschlager? It's like the version of that. But to me, Jägermeister is something you get so drunk on, usually on your 21st birthday, usually on the actual birthday, that you're like, I'm never touching that again. Jaeger bombs. Drop a Jaeger in a beer, chug the whole thing. Guys, reminder, I don't have this. There's a reason this never stops for commercials. I just think live streaming, and having monetization and commercials on the stream is fucking annoying, and I don't like watching it, so I don't turn it on for these. Now, what does that mean for you guys? I don't know. It means nothing other than if you don't mind, you give a smash a like or whatever. Like you can do a share. I don't know, for the stream. Tell your friend we're having fun in a Draft-a-Palooza every day. Come watch the stream with us. Jamaican. Wagwan. Have a drink, man. Love the Jamaicans. One funny thing about Europe and the difference between Europe and the US, Ash Larry, is here we're like a lot more uptight about drinking. We're a lot more uptight here. Like, incorrectly, I would say. Like in Europe, I don't know why they made, I guess in the 80s and the 90s, the drinking age to 21 was, I guess there's some reason. In the 80s, everybody was nuts, going crazy. They changed the drinking age to 18. I don't agree with it. I think, or to 21. I think the drinking age should be 18, not 21. It doesn't make sense to me, 21. Why would you make it, if you can go to Army, if you can vote, you should be able to have a drink. It was drinking and driving that was such an issue. But so in the 80s and the 90s, guys, drinking and driving was a major issue. People would go out and they drink and drive. Why? Because it's hard to get a cab, really. You're going out, you need to get there, you need to get home. Kids don't, first of all, young people really don't do that at all anymore. I have kids that age, and they never drink and drive. And their guy friends, I have daughters, their guy friends don't do that. They don't do that. They don't drink and drive. They're always like designated driver. Parents come pick you up from the bar, like, I'll come. But now with Uber, just fucking Uber it. Like, everybody chip in. Why would you go out drinking and drive your car? What are you trying to save $20 between 10 people? Take a fucking Uber, go there, Uber home. So now with the advent of Uber, and by the way, coming soon in the next couple of years, it's going to be even more intense. You'll have a self-driving vehicle. So who cares? Have a drink. Fucking Tesla, drive me home, bitch. Let's go. So I think the phenomenon of drinking and driving, happily, is coming to a conclusion. Yeah, 7 wide receivers. I'm just going to take one more wide receiver. Who should I take? All right, fine. I don't know. I couldn't think. I don't know. All right, so I finished out my draft with a random Darius Slayton, new Giants quarterback. Who knows? But you know what I'm saying? Like, the phenomenon of drinking and driving should be completely wiped out here in the next couple of years. Have you been in one? You've been in a self-driving car, Ivan? I've never been in one. I've never even been in the Tesla. I kind of think on the one hand, I want to like get one. On the other hand, I want to fight it forever and be like, nah, fuck this electric bullshit. Like I'm so conflicted about Tesla. Tesla conflicts me. On the one hand, I'm like, man, it seems kind of cool. Everybody who has one loves it. On the flip side, and they're cheap. Tesla probably the cheapest car you can buy right now. You can lease a Tesla for $300 a month. That's like nothing. That's the cheapest car almost in existence to lease, because they have that credit. Here in the US, it's like the basic version is almost the cheapest car you can lease. Yeah. Fuck Waymo, though. I don't think Waymo is the same. I think Waymo is sketchy technology. Weren't they torching Waymos? All week? The rioters calling Waymos just to torch them? They probably thought they were Teslas. Yeah, and by the way, that's a whole other thing. Talk about crazy. When all those self-driving cars start hitting the road and doing Ubers and all that, what's going to happen to all the gig drivers? What's going to half the people make their money driving cars? Like, there's a lot of people, that's how they make their money. They're going to be fucked. Truck drivers going to be fucked, man. They should make a rule that no self-driving truck is allowed without a human in there. Keep those people employed. We need jobs. All right, so here we go. Draft complete. Hopefully, we won't get kicked out of here, so we could just look at the board. Come on, don't fuck with me. And we got a bunch of you guys in here. So we got Alex Faded. We got Marion John, JMM. We got the what? Ivan. I suspect UCF Jaguars in here. I suspect it because he took Brock Purdy. But I didn't see anybody. Anybody else in here? Ray, of course. Anybody else in here, let me know. But we'll do a quick run through of these drafts. So Alex Faded. Good start. Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, Harrison Devontae. Actually, whoa. Okay. All right. I see what you did here. A very strong wide receiver start. Some upside guys. Jamar Chase, Harrison, hopefully a little bounce back this year. Devontae and Jalen Hurts. A little correlation right there. Double tap. Bam, with the bring back. Like it. So Hurts fell. This was a crazy bargain on Hurts, and you get him with Devontae for the stack. Fine. Right? The weird thing was taking Chase over Saquon, but Ivan Drago lucks out again. What are you guys doing? Right? So, slow start at running back. Montgomery, Warren, Etienne, any one of these guys can end up making it work. This is a format where it's much more important what's going on in weeks 15, 16, and 17 than weeks 1, 2, and 3. So, in this format, you're totally fine to rely on injuries and do these kind of drafts. I think this is fine. Remember, we are adjusting our thought process based on the contest type. Got J.K. Dobbins in there, an injury away from being the starter for his team. Fine by me. Jolo and Tucker Kraft, a little correlation there. Actually, Jolo, Tucker Kraft, and Golden, I believe. So Alex Faded, well thought through. This is a well thought through correlated lineup. Very well done. JMM, aka Marion John. You got to take Omarion Hampton just to match the name. But you didn't. Here we go. Bijan, Higgins, Chase Brown. Awesome start. Right? Higgins paired up with Joe Burrow. Little correlation there. Zay Fleazies, whatevs. I don't like Zay Flowers without Lamar. This spot here, maybe another running back could have been okay. I knew it. No, it's all good, man. But I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew you're in here. And I've seen you. You're a DFS Army guy. I've seen you in the chat. So I at least I think so, right? The names don't always correlate, but I knew it. I knew you were in here. Watching on TV. Cool. Yeah, and Kittles and Jennings, so it makes sense, right? You got Jennings. No, I had Jennings. I had Jennings in that one, but you probably had Kittle. All good, my brother. I was just kidding around. So, where was I? Oh yeah, Marion John. Now we'll look at your stuff too, and we'll do a little breakdown for you, UCF. I knew it. I knew you were in here. One of our guys, and look at you, man. An experienced highly experienced drafters. So very cool. All right, where were we? Marion John. Yeah, Caleb Johnson. I like that pick there. Steffi Diggs, Pittman, nice little trio of wide receivers. Evan Ingram, one of my favorite sleeper tight ends this year. You got Drake May in there with Stephon Diggs, a little correlation with that QB2. Fine by me. Gesicki, Calvin Austin, of course, we're discussing him. So that's an early snipe of Calvin Austin, but I don't mind it. I was definitely going to take him. So you kind of forced my hand when you took that guy and whatever. So good, solid overall draft. JMM, this team looks pretty good. Good running backs, great quarterbacks, correlated, all good. Let's see here. The what? The 3 what? 3 what? 3 what? The what? I don't know how to pronounce it. The what or 3 what? I don't know. There we go. The double tap of KC wide receivers here, Taylor and Mixon, sandwiching them. Oh, it's the what with a 3. So we got Taylor in there. We got the double tap. We got Chris Godwin in there as well. So a nice 4-pack of wide receivers to start. Only 2 running backs in the first 5. There's Tony Pollard. First, I like Justin Fields. First QB off the. See, here's what happened here that fucked you up. I'm assuming that you were hoping that Mahomes would make it to you here. That would have been a great little correlative stack that could have been built, but it was taken away by TJSK Dog. So your QB was sniped, and you're like, oh, what am I doing? Let me take Justin Fields. I need someone, right? It's like that. That's the panic pick. But I like Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields has a lot of upside this year and a lot of potential. Higgins, rounded out. We got all the Houston secondary wide receivers. Let's see if you got CJ Strizzles to go along with them. Nope. Also snaked away. So, the correlation didn't quite make it for some of those other spots. But overall, I mean, this looks pretty good. Got Pittman. Got Higgins, Christian Kirk. So you got some of those Houston guys. Running backs. Yeah, running backs look okay. Drago. Yeah. I mean, that's just, by the way, it's sometimes fucking almost every draft I do, same shit. I'm like hoping for this, hoping for that. It's that rare miracle where your players drop to you when you want them. You know what I mean? Those are the ones you wait for. That's why you got to do a lot of these, because you're going to get guys snaked out from under you. Drago, the miracle pick of Saquon, pick 4. What? How does this happen? How do you keep getting him? Right? So good. Wilson and Tet McMillan. We got Swift and Chuba. Just a really solid first 6 picks here with Josh Allen sandwiched in there. You got Wilson and Tet. You got great running backs. Got solid wide receivers. The best quarterback. What a good start, right? Fill out a few more wide receivers. Keon Coleman in there, paired up with Josh Allen. That's always fun. And from here, you got Kincaid, another Allen pairing. Ramondre, nowadays, everybody want to talk, but they got something to say. But nothing comes out to move the lips, just a bunch of gibberish. But you can forget about Ramondre at this point. Not in love with him. Geno Smith, Cedric Tillman, one of my guys. Jalen Wright, love him late. This is a good draft. Keenan Allen in there, too. Ivan Drago, man, your fucking drafts are awesome. I don't even have to read them over. That's a well-done draft. Keenan Allen, if he makes a team, he will be moving from pick 189 to like pick 75. This guy will jump 5, 6, 8 rounds if he just lands on a team. So I love taking him in these early drafts this time of year. Great pick. UCF, Jaguar, my boy. All right. We got to talk about, all right. Jahmyr Gibbs. Then we go triple stack wide receivers. Solid. George Kittle. There's your Njuan. Okay. Why did I think I wanted, no, that was in the previous draft. Jaguar. That was the one where I got Pearsall. Oh no, I got a Dunze, so it didn't matter. I don't know. I'm tripping, dude. I'm live streaming. I'm tripping right now. I don't even know what's going on. I didn't need Brock Purdy here. I only took Pearsall and Odunze. I didn't even take Jawan Jennings. Like, what am I even thinking? Just smoking crack. I don't know what the hell's going on here. You didn't snake me at all, bro. Where was I? So yeah, solid start. A little bit soft at running back with just Judkins and Jahmyr Gibbs coming out of these first few rounds. So that's my only sketchy concern. Got Penix in there, paired up with Drake London. Did we get his other pieces? Don't know. There's Trey Benson, one of my favorite RB backups, Bajal Tootin. So this is a solid team with a lot of studs early. This is the kind of team that could come on late season and absolutely destroy. I like it. I like the way it's put together. You did wait a little on running back, but the running backs you took later are the kind that will come on strong if things go their way. And of course, you got Jahmyr Gibbs anchoring it. Fine by me. The hero running back approach. Look at my draft here. I start off with Derrick Henry, Bucky, and Lamar. So I've got pretty much Baltimore on lockdown. Lamar scores 30, Henry scores 30, but I'll probably get a 30-pointer. On the games when Lamar doesn't do it, though, when Henry's doing it, Lamar might not have these great games. So hopefully we backed it up with at least one. We got a couple of backups, so we're fine. Omari and Hampton, Bucky Irving, just starting running backs on teams that are going to score a lot. Omarion's team absolutely wants to lean run. So we started slow at wide receiver. Ridley, Odunze, Pearsall, and Darnell. So we did a 4-pack of wide receivers in a row after not taking one in the first 4 picks. That's what you got to do. You got to make up for it, right? So after that 4-pack, do I have any correlation with Lamar? No, but eventually we'll get some with the 2 wide receivers. I've also got, Trevor Lawrence and Darnold on here. So yeah, they don't actually correlate with anybody. But I double tap Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely to go with my guy. Get Tyler Warren in there as well. No correlation at all. None. I have an uncorrelated team. Can that win? It's just Lamar and the 2 tight ends. We'll see. Finally, Razor. Puppy champion last year. Amon-Ra, Achane, James Cook. A lot of upside here in this trio, especially Achane and Cook. These are kind of almost the same guy. I love DJ Moore this year. Addison will good. We get a couple pieces from Detroit between Amon-Ra and Laporta. Let's see if he got Goff later on. There he is. Goff in there. You got Brian Robinson Jr. Really solid 4-pack of running backs here. You got your correlation with Goff. You got CJ Strizzles in there. Nothing really going on with him correlatively, but CJ Stroud ready for a bounce back year. Bryce Young in there as well. Coker with Young. And that's about it. So, guys, Draft-a-Palooza. Friday. 2 drafts, underdog, 1 hour and 43 minutes. Not too bad. I appreciate everybody hanging out, watching these with me. We'll have to do we'll do a recap next year of all these drafts. Like, hey, how did it all go? And we'll do a recap because, what's the point of watching all this if we don't have a recap going on later on? Some notes. I'm just trying to think for this weekend. Of course, we're always here on Sundays doing the NASCAR breakdown. Big UFC this weekend as well, guys. So check out the breakdown video we have there. We got cheat sheets going for UFC for this weekend. Of course, got NASCAR. I'll be here Sunday morning doing a stream, breaking it down. We crushed NASCAR last week. I literally handcrafted a lineup, not in stream, but most of it in stream. We talked about the whole thing, and it won. And actually, 3 other DFS Army members won the tournament with me, the $44 tournament. Like me and 2 or 3 other DFS Army. Same lineup, all first place. I only handcrafted 1 for that contest, came in 6th place in the big tournament. So this was Michigan last week, was awesome for UFC. We'll keep it going. Yeah, DFS Army's NASCAR is unmatched. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees the helmets winning all the contests. But I also have to say, our MLB product has been spectacular this year. Kudos to the team leveling up the projection model for MLB. Our optimizer is on point this year, and it has just been a win machine. Uppers Lad alone has 10 tournament takedowns already, 7 or 8, 10. I don't know. It's a crazy number. I have a screenshot. I showed it last time. 7 or 8 or 9. Like, that is an insane number. People don't have that in their whole lifetime. For 10 years, 10 wins. And this guy's got it going just this MLB season. It's been the hottest product around. So make sure if you're a DFS Army subscriber that you're playing some UFC and you're asked MLB, and ask Uppers Lad his approach. He literally shares what he's doing with our subscribers in the Discord. And so that's what we do in DFS Army. We're an open book. Again, coming up later this summer, we're going to be re-back testing the entirety of the 2024 NFL season using our Domination Station Optimizer backtest feature. Allows you to go back in time, replay those slates, see what would have happened, adjust your approach, adjust your settings and all of that. So we'll be doing that probably starting the beginning of August. Maybe I'll start it earlier this year. I ran out of time last year. I ran out of steam. We'll see how that goes. It's hard to do these so many of these streams per day. So we'll see. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces.